Hello everybody, I'm Daniel Parker reporting for RYLC News. Today my crew and I are going to be discussing worldwide issues such as do video games such as Grand Theft Auto and Call of Duty influence kids to mimic what they see? How does abortion affect society? Is climate change occurring and are humans the cause of it or is it natural? And is hip-hop music such as Backseat by Tyga or Watch It Thrown by Jay-Z and Kanye West an influence on adolescents in a negative way? Here's Rivian with her topic.
What's your opinion on violent video games? Do you think they influence kids to do bad things?
I do believe that they influence them to do violent things. I'm a single mother with a full-time job, so it's hard to control what they do. Sometimes I come home to them playing violent video games, and sometimes their avatar goes to like strip clubs, and they pay like women, so-called prostitutes, They pay women to do inappropriate things, for example, oral sex, and I don't think my 12-year-old children should be exposed to that. And they don't respect me at all. They learn all these cuss words and all these slangs, and I don't know where. I'm guessing from video games. It's just so hard being a single mother. Like, my ex-husband needs to come back. Robert Mendoza, where are you? Where are you? Stop! Get off him! Get off him! Leave my son alone! You're adopted!
I told you!
In a study taken by the American Psychological Association, they have come to the conclusion that violent video games lead to aggression. Their task force who has conducted research have done reviews on more than 300 violent video games released between 2005 and 2013. They have also said that there isn't one single factor that leads to aggressive or violent behavior. Applebaum, a researcher for their task force, said there is some variation among the individual studies. However, a writer from Forbes has taken that research and has said that it was lab-controlled. The writer also says that it is more of demolishing the competition that drives aggression. Video games like Mortal Kombat or Call of Duty do have violence but also happen to be highly competitive. But demolishing their opponents can lead to the frustration and aggression that were caused while playing those types of video games, right? What do you think?
Hi, my name is Yolanda, and today we're discussing the effects abortion has on society. Many people have different opinions on abortion. Pro-life versus pro-choice goes on worldwide. It has been a battle of debate for many years and affected society in multiple ways.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about abortion?
I'm pro-life, so I believe that abortions are wrong and that children, or little fetus things inside of you, they deserve to enter into this world and have life, and if their parents don't want them, put them in foster homes because it's better than killing them. They're practically alive.
Is foster home really the solution instead of abortion? Studies show that 71% of teenage pregnancies, 63% of youth suicides, 90% of all homeless and runaway children, and 71% of all high school dropouts all come from foster homes. Many say abortion murders many lives every year, but is foster home really the key to a better society? Thank you, and now here's Lily with the issue of humans causing climate change.
Hey guys, it's Lily, and I'm going to be discussing climate change and are humans the cause for it. Desiree, what do you think about climate change? Do you think people are the cause for it?
I think human activity creates global warming, and the warming of the earth is changing our climate. And yes, it's all human activity involved with fossil fuel use.
Okay, there you go. So Nancy, do you think humans are the cause for climate change?
Well, Lily, I don't think people are really the cause for climate change, but I do believe that people do have an impact on the amount of climate change that has been occurring over the past several years.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Go. I'm Kimberly Case, and I'm asking these runners how climate change has affected their running tonight.
It's perfect texture for running, and the ice is cold so our feet don't get wet.
Have you guys seen anything interesting?
There's a lot of runners and skiers out here and we're just here joining them running.
Alright, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I'm Kim K, and I'm signing. She fell. Are you okay?
Hello, I'm Christian Bustos, and here with us today is Lily and her daughter Yoli. So Lily, how do you feel about hip-hop music and its influence on children today?
Well, I think hip-hop music has made my daughter very social, and she's been going out more, she's been dancing with boys, and it's just really hard for a mother to see her daughter turn into something like that.
So, Yoli, do you agree with your mother in her statements?
No, I don't agree with her. She doesn't know half the things I do. She thinks I dance with boys, but I dance with boys and girls. And honestly, it doesn't have a bad effect on me. Like, I'm just gigging it all the time, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although this topic cannot be based off of facts, it can be based off of opinions. There's a debate on whether hip-hop music does affect children in a negative way. 12% say that they do agree that hip-hop music can influence children to do inadequate actions. As for the rest, 88% of them say no. They do not believe hip-hop music causes children to do harmful things such as drugs or alcohol. Here's a chart that is believed to be what hip-hop music causes people to do, which is violence. Here's the public's opinion on rap music. During the 1990s, did rap music change society for the better, for the worse, or not make a difference? And as you can see, the majority of them said worse. Here's a clip of myself interviewing someone who's believed to be a passionate, avid fan of hip-hop music. Hey, sir, do you feel like hip-hop music negatively influences children's lives in today's society?
No, honestly, I don't think that. I think that hip-hop started off to spread positivity. If you look at sort of the roots of hip-hop and rap music as a whole, you often have different... the music that was coming out during the era of the beginning of hip-hop was often about social injustices and social inequalities. Rappers most of the time rapped about things like police brutality, not having the same amount of advantages as, older white males did in society when it, at the time that it was coming out, like the late 80s and the late 90s, early 90s. And so I don't think that, I think that often hip-hop and rap music is misrepresented as, being a music that, yes, there is a lot of the music that talks about drugs and women in a misogynistic way and things like that. But for as many songs as you have about those negative things that, glorify drugs and things like that, you have as many songs and artists and rappers that talk about, things that are important in our society today, like, like I said, social injustices and things like that. For example, if you look at rappers today who are actually really big commercially and critically, like Kendrick Lamar, the majority of the things they talk about is overcoming the struggles that they had to go through living because of their socioeconomic standings in places like Compton and, places like that, where due to systematic racism and a government that has shown for several decades that they don't care about them, that claims that, equality is here, even though that to the untrained eye, to the general public, that's very false. You have as many rappers talking about things like that as there are talking about things like, like I said, the glorification of the drugs and things like that. Often, I think, for me, rap music and hip-hop is the music of the outsider, people who, if you listen to rap music, a lot of the times it's overcoming struggles, it's overcoming being different than what is generally acceptable in the society of the United States today. Like I said, what it means to be a successful human being in America today is being a middle-aged white man. And I feel like rap music and hip-hop culture constantly pushes to challenge that, because that's not how the world is today. That's not the way that the United States is. And we've seen that recently with things like the election of President Obama in 2008, and from, rich, smart, colored people in the United States just achieving fame and popularity and success. And I believe that, that rap culture and hip-hop culture doesn't negatively impact children. For me, I listen to things like gangster rap that glorified violence and the drug trade and things when I was younger, and I'm about to graduate at a UC, and I don't have a crime record, and I've never done anything that could be traced back to my listening of rap music. And I just feel like oftentimes rap gets like a really bad reputation because of like 25 to 30% of the subject matter that they talk about. But if you look deeper than that, it's poetry that talks about peace and love and positivity. And I feel like people need to learn how to open themselves up to that, rather than just sticking to that stigma that rap will make your kids drop out of school and become a drug dealer.
Thank you, Shane, for the long, passionate answer. So this is Christian Rizos reporting for RLC News. Have a good night, everybody.